We all tend to overload on automation. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, what's up, everybody out there? This is Ed and Quinn coming to you loud from Maui, the wonderful island of Maui in Hawaii. And it is hot, man. I'm talking in the 90s, 94. Today was what, 92? But there was a slight breeze, so it kind of saved us. But it's just miserable. You move around slow. You're just sticky and sweaty. No, if you have no air conditioning, it sucks. I thought I had it bad. My truck, the air conditioning went out just before summer kicked in. You know what I mean? And then, but at least my window can roll down. And then I have a friend, and her AC just went out too. And then her window broke on the driver's side. So I thought I had it bad. She has it worse. Because if you can't roll down that driver window, man, you suffer. You know? How's it done at the beach, Quinn?
Oh, brutal.
Yeah, you look like you need some chapstick.
Man, I know my skin is so just drained.
Dry. You gotta put some judgins. Some judgins.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was just thinking about earlier today. I gotta go get some lotion or something.
Yeah. Or just baby oil, man. I know you got baby oil, huh? And speaking of babies, we got my grandson chilling over here. So if you hear a little baby cooing and crying in the background, yep, that's him. And he's already starting to prop himself up on his hands and knees. And pretty soon he's going to be running around like his older sister. Yeah, Quinn?
Man, that's gonna be a crazy day. For sure, that's gonna be a crazy day, man.
Yeah, he's already standing and doing the old rocking thing, the rocking back and forth thing, getting his balance and picking up stuff and putting it in his mouth. He's like, oh, what's this? Let me put it in my mouth. And I was doing something earlier, and I've done with all my kids, and I know a lot of you out there, you do it too with either with your own child, your own baby, or with your nieces and nephews, or even grandchildren, is you make them sit on your lap, and you grab their cute little arms, and then you move their arms around like they're dancing, and then you make some sort of beat like doop, 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 doop. I was just going off, man, and he was dancing away, well, the way I wanted him to dance. But he was smiling, and his arms are just moving back and forth, and if you rock him right, on your leg, if you rock him right, it looks like he's moving his hips and he's dancing. Kind of like a little baby Muppet. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Hope I'm not boring you. Just trying to get into the mode here. I got the baby over here, and he's kind of distracting. They're so cute. You just can't stop staring at them. Stop. I got to break the stare. Break the stare. Oh, yeah. So it was hot today. Was it breezy down at the beach, Quinn?
No
breeze, huh?
Yeah.
So I think that's what makes it hotter, is the lack of trade winds, which they said should be coming back by tomorrow, I believe. So, that really can make a difference in 90-degree weather and, mid 80s. That's the change. And I personally, I'd rather mid 80s as opposed to mid 90s, because that 90s, man. And, some places like in the mainland is snowing. So go figure. You know what I'm saying? I figured everybody would be going through this end of spring, early summer type weather, but I guess not. And I guess that's why they're all coming here. And I get jealous when I'm driving to work and I see people chilling on my beach, walking on my sidewalks now. But you got to make a living, right? The cost of paradise. Hey, this is my home. This is everyone's home. And episode 39, bro. You believe that? We're episode 39. We're getting close to the big 4-0. And just like the episode, we're getting old. And our episode is getting old. I love it. It's 39 episodes. So what? That's like 39 weeks, pretty much. Because we've pretty much been doing an episode a week, huh?
Pretty much.
Yeah, so almost a big 4-0, man. Next thing you know, 400.
400.
400. And like Joe Rogan guys, man, they're in the thousands. But that's like after years. We just started. We're baby steps, huh? Baby steps. Hey, speaking of which, what, Twitter? What, they still think we're a 1-year-old baby trying to get on their site?
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
They don't even respond.
Yeah?
They don't even care. They're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you guys.
Where they're from? Maui? What's a Maui? That's what you're going to say. Maui, Hawaii. Then they're like, oh, you're from Hawaii.
There's like thousands of accounts.
Oh.
Probably more than thousands of
way
accounts.
Way more. Oh, well.
You know, locked out like that.
Hey, you live, you learn, bro.
I was thinking we gotta make a new email and just make another one.
Yeah.
We gotta make like a real.
Put it under like one of our names and then slide in Loud from Maui advertisement. I don't know.
Or we can get an email, like a legit email, like a business email, pretty much.
Well, other than Twitter, we're also on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, any social media that you can get to that has podcasts. I'm sure we're on. So go check us out, man. Check us out. Check out the older episodes too. And that way, when you catch up to episode 39 or maybe even episode 40, you can see what we're talking about if we refer to old episodes. Anyway. Yeah. So I was at the beach. You know, I stopped drinking beer. And I'm starting to trim down. Lost about 10 pounds in the past month. It's been about a month and almost 2 weeks. Month and 2 weeks, man. And so I'm finally getting rid of that slab on the lower belly. You know, that Buddha belly. The muffin top, as my wife calls it. And it's starting to trim down, man. So I'm getting the summer bod. But you know what I'm noticing? No matter what the hell I do, I'm starting to get that old man dad bod. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking, no matter how much you work out, you get bricks, you can still see little ripples, like wrinkles almost ready to form on your stomach. And like I'm noticing I have like a nipple on a nipple. I have a double nipple, dude. I have a nipple and then there's like a nipple on top. It's kind of like the ice cream at McDonald's. You know how they make that little nipple on the top, that little swirl? Or even, Dairy Queen? It's like that, dude. It's like a nipple with a nipple on it. That's how you know you're getting old. I'm constantly pinching them. You gotta pinch the shits for it to look solid and hard. You know what I'm saying? The shit you go through when you get old, man.
Shaping hair.
Gray hair. And for me right now, I mean, I'm grateful that it's not sprouting out in the front yet, but it's on the sides. And I'm starting to look like, Mr. Fantastic. Fantastic Four? They're not kidding, man. They put the gray on the side of his hair. That's what I'm starting to look like, dude. Just for men, I'm really thinking about going down that route, bro. I'm going to start getting some dye. And like I said, I trimmed the hair on the sides of my head, not because it's getting long, but because there's gray showing. That's how you know you're getting old, dude. Like I said, you're getting old when food starts to turn you on. When you talk to food like it's your lover. So like so like for some of you women out there, right before you eat your burrito, you're getting old. Right before you eat that burrito, you start talking schmack to it, Like, oh, I'm going to suck that sour cream. I'm going to eat that bean.
That's not getting old, man.
And then all you men out there with your gordita or chalupa or taco. And you're thinking to yourself, oh, I can't wait for eat that. Baka, You're getting old. Or obese. Just plain old obese. Oh, what am I talking about here? Dad bods. But I must admit though, I'm a more in shape dad bod. So you get to different degrees of dad bods. That's what I think. So you got your dad bod that is in shape. So the type that he works out. And then you got your dad bod that is like regular, just your regular guy that just chill. But he still has that dad bod. And then you got your out of shape, obese looking dad bod. And that's the one where the guys have that big round belly and breathing heavy when they walk downstairs. You're not in shape when you walk down the stairs and you start losing your breath, man.
Oh, that's bad.
Just getting out of your car. You got an obese dad bod when you can't get that seatbelt off your stomach. and then you can't get out of the car, you know, and you start breathing heavy through your nose. And sometimes if they got snot or something in there, they start, you know, whistling songs through their nose, like, and you can hear that whistle. Oh, but getting old sucks, bro. You know, when you're young, you get hurt, and then overnight, you go to sleep, you wake up the next day, you're fine. But then when you get older, you wake up the next day and you're like, oh, it's not getting better. And then you wake up the third day and you're like, oh shit, it's actually getting worse. So it gets to the point where you don't want to even go to sleep because you don't want to wake up the next day hurting more. And then after about a week, then it starts getting better. You know, it's like it takes you on this little ride. Like, don't do that again. You know, you're getting old, don't do that again. I haven't kicked a bag for so long. And just the other night, you know, I was feeling good, feeling flexible. And, you know, so I started hitting the bag and then start whipping out some kicks. Wah, wah, you know, and trying to do all my fastest, you know, with Bruce Lee in mind when he's kicking Chuck Norris in the nose. Toonge, toonge, toonge. And I'm whipping it at that bag, waking up, feeling good. And I went to sleep that night and woke up the next morning and could not, for the life of me, I had to like walk bent, slumped over, like kind of warm up my spine in order to walk erect. You know what I'm saying? Like I was walking like a cowboy. It sucks, man. It sucks. And then you start warming up and then you're like, oh, okay, whew, I can move again. Hey, you young people, I don't mean to scare you out there, but I'm just telling you, it's inevitable. That's what happens. You get old, but how you take care of yourself when you're young, that's what matters. And then I'm hearing that kids are like vaping when they're like 6th grade, 7th grade. Come on. But I guess it's a lot easier to vape than to smoke a cigarette, right, Quinn? How you doing with your cigarettes, buddy? Huh? As I give you that handgun and I'm shooting that handgun. Yeah, look, your son wants to know too. Dad, what? Not good at all. You can't make eye contact. Look, I
can't, dude. I can't, really. Oh, man, I've been just shamed, just
but
hiding.
You see how I'm rolling my punches right now? I'm rolling my punches because I'm going on a month and 2 weeks.
Oh, I know.
A month and 2 weeks. I know. Why?
Tomorrow. Okay, so I have... Man, this whole thing, it's all tomorrow. It's always tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to start calling you Annie. Your name is going to be Annie now. You know why? Because you always sing that song. Tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow, I'm going to quit my cigarettes. Tomorrow.
Now we gotta
tell your dad, enough already. Enough already.
Oh, really, man? I don't know.
I'm just giving you heat, dude. I know that you're smoking. I saw you smoking cigarettes. And I shook my head and I walked away, my head lowered. And then as I was walking away, you could hear the music behind me, the musical score as credits go up. Because that's the end, man.
That's the end.
That's the end.
That's it for you.
That's it, man. You just see credits. And then that's it. Theater's done. Theater's clear. People start clearing out the theater. And you're still outside smoking a cigarette. You come back in, theater's done. Everyone's like, dude, everyone went home. We cleaned up the theater, dude. You were outside smoking a cigarette. You missed the whole movie. No. I'm just ripping on you, dude.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't shake it. I just feel like I'm just...
Hey, you know, the neighbors, we have new neighbors that just moved in. And they have a dog that they just brought in. A fresh new dog. He's a big boy, man. He's like a mastiff or something, eh, Quinn?
It's not a mastiff, but it's like
Like a, what? Boxer? He has that boxing
like
face,
boxer
Maybe a
face.
mix. Boxer,
like
mastiff. But he's a big dog too, man. But so we've been, you know, every time when you go out to go smoky, I know when you're going out now because that dog kind of barks at you and chases you along the fence now, huh? So like he's like your alarm.
He reads me.
He knows.
Energy.
He knows you're coming down, man.
Yeah, stop smoking those cigarettes.
Yeah, you're gonna go down there and get your neck fixed, and he's like, I'm gonna tell. But anyway, so we've been trying to make friends with him, and every so often I'll go out there, I'll give him like a chicken treat or some dog food, you know. When I give my dog Titus, and if you people out there don't know Titus, check out our posts on Facebook. I have him chilling with me sometimes on a nice Aloha Friday post, or I'm gonna start having his own post actually, man. I'm gonna make the Titus show.
Titus Tuesday. Oh,
Titus Tuesdays.
I wanted to do a spin-off thing like that. We gotta do something like another.
Yeah, because Titus is cool, man. He just chills, man. He just chills. And your son, he can't let you sit down, man. Every time you sit down, here, everybody, listen. Go ahead, sit down, listen. Oh, no, nothing. Every time when Quinn sat down, he'd start crying.
Oh yeah.
And then he'd stand back up, and then he'd stop. Oh, there he goes. He's gonna go. Oh. Okay, stand up. Oh, and he stops immediately. And he's happy. Wow, he's got you.
There's no time for a break.
He's got you, dude. You ever heard of Lord of the Rings? The movie Lord of the Rings? Well, he's Lord and you're the ring. Yeah, he's smiling too. Yep, you got that, huh? You got that. You know what to do. So, anyway, yeah, the neighbor's dog, we've been feeding him. And I've been, secretly trying to make friends with him. So every time before I feed him, I give him kind of like a whistle, or I snap my fingers. And so every time when I go out there now and I snap my fingers, or I do a little whistle. At first when he used to come, he used to be tail tucked, hair standing up on his back, and he'd be growling and barking at me. But then I'd throw him some food, and he'd look at that like, huh? What? You're feeding me? And then so every so often, he'd run out there, he'd bark, but then it got less and less, and his hair slowly went down, and his tail, started wagging. And now when he sees me, dude, he's all happy. He don't bark anymore. Have you been doing that? Because I noticed he's been barking less when you go out there.
A couple
now.
times, yeah. Give him some treats.
So that way he gets used to you going out back.
Yeah.
But you know what? He gives the neighbor grief, the one across the yard on the other side, because he has dogs, the other neighbor. And every time he goes out there to clean his dog's kennel, he goes there, he just harasses him. He's like barking at him and going along the fence. And the guy does a classic, get out of here, that kind of stuff. Oh, and that dog just tail tucked, hair standing up, and he just runs back and forth along that fence and just totally harasses that guy. And then after he comes to our side and his tail's wagging and he's like, hey man, remember me? Give me some food, bro. So, hey guys out there, if you're being harassed by your neighbor dog and he keeps barking at you, that's the secret, man. You feed him, right? You feed them. You give them a little bit of food. You talk nice to them. And after a while, they'll get used to that. And every time they see you, their tail will be wagging. And then now he plays with me. When I go out there, I go, hey, what's up? What's up? And he'll look at me and he'll be like, and he'll run back and forth, all happy. And then I'll throw some treats. And then, anyway, I'm going on and on. Guys, shut me up. Quinn, do you have any news? What's going on the news? Stand back up.
Nothing much. Just, I know I butchered it last time. I don't even want to get into this freaking talking about Iraq. We're in Iran, guys. We're in Iran.
Yeah, the last podcast, if you don't know, we talked about some armies coming up in Iran and some Iranian.
Yeah, Iranian.
I'm murdering that. Armies, and they're being labeled as a terrorist group. And so now it looks like we might be going to drone war so far, because they're sending in drones and are setting up military bases. And remember what PJ Miranda, guys, when he was on that last podcast, you can look it up on Facebook or any other social media, he talked about how they are under fire and they're building forts, their headquarters, and they'll be part carpenter, part soldier. So they'll be up on the roof, swinging hammer, and then all of a sudden they'd get a sniper or someone starts putting fire on them, and then they'd all have to hit the deck, run down, grab their weapons, and engage in warfare. And then when it was all over and pretty much, taken care of, then they'd have to put down their weapons, go right back up, start swinging hammer again. So it's a crazy situation, man. And just war is not like how people think in video games and stuff, What's that video game that everybody plays? That war? Fortnite.
There's a bunch of war ones.
Yeah, I mean, Fortnite is kind of cool. That's more like paintball type right? I mean,
Yeah.
the whole thought of it, because you're building like
Call of Duty.
wooden forts and stuff. But I'm talking like army kind games.
There's like Apex Warriors.
Apex. I don't know any of these
Yeah.
games, so I'm asking you,
I was,
man.
like, brand new.
Oh, anyway, yeah. So
Yeah,
news.
I don't know. So yeah, the only thing is really these guys missing right now that they're trying to find.
Okay. So first one, we got in Maui right now. We have 2 hikers now missing, and the first one was a woman, and she was about almost going on 3 weeks already, I think, right?
Yeah, like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Oh
Yeah,
man,
Eller.
my heart goes out to her and her family, and just I hope they find her and she's okay, But just water, how long could you survive without water? How long can you survive without food? And the weather's been chaotic because it's been rainy and cold during the nights, and then hot throughout the day. But anyway, I hope they find her. What's her name again? Amanda Eller. And she's a missing hiker. I guess she was hiking up in Makawao, up in one of those trails. What's the name of that? Was it a loop? Up at Pi'iholo?
Yeah, it's just the Makawao Trail.
Makawao Trail, is that what it's called? And of course, if anybody has seen her or knows anything, just, call the authorities, I guess there's numbers on Facebook. If you look her up, they have a missing persons thing, and any information would be good. And now there's a guy missing, and he's missing up by Iao, right? And they said it's not even connected, right?
Yeah, shouldn't be. Where he was dangerous.
Up by
How you're saying?
going up the ridge, right? Going up towards
Kapilao.
Iao. And is that up going up towards the cross? Like, was he hiking up on that ridge going to the cross?
Sure if that's where it takes you to the cross.
Okay.
But that's like the backside of the needle, yeah.
Oh, backside of the needle.
Or like that's like the.
Yeah, a lot of cliffs, and with the ferns growing in thick, and the recent rains and sunshine and rain and sunshine, the jungle grows in, the vegetation grows in, and sometimes you're just walking through and pushing your way through, and the trail's kind of gone, and you don't realize maybe the trail turns and there's a cliff, and so that's just stressful. And even again, if anybody knows anything about this person, what's his name?
That's Noah Mina.
Noah Mina, and they have his picture and information. If you have anything called, on Facebook, or look him up, any social. I saw it on Facebook, so that's how I know. Facebook, he's been getting some raps, some hits left and right. That guy Zuckerberg, he's making some cracks because of information and all that stuff. But you know what? Unless you're doing something bad, you can check me out anytime you want, man. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't getting massive amounts of fertilizer delivered to my house. I have no bad intentions. So, to me, the only time you should feel like your rights is being
But they're saying that it's more about the manipulating of what you're seeing.
The algorithm stuff.
So like
But isn't YouTube doing that too?
Well, everybody already does it, but I guess it's just way more accurate now. So I don't know. Whatever you're looking up, it's gonna keep you in that informational bubble.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really break out. You're not really gonna be able to look at different things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they were explaining like it's gonna be dangerous, like how the Republicans have such a hold on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. They're using Twitter as like a political tool. Huh? That's what I heard. That they're using it as a tool. Like even Trump, he's using it. They're like discussing war issues.
But imagine
on Twitter.
somebody
Like that guy. That's how deep it's getting.
Somebody who is so for somebody who's so for like a right wing idea like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all they're looking at on their social media and stuff. That
So
the algorithm's not even gonna let them see information from anywhere else.
Right.
But that side of the story.
Supporting their.
So it's kind of a weird thing, like.
Well, and with Russia manipulating social media as well, and doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, you don't know. You don't know what you're being persuaded to do through certain sites.
It's crazy.
Because like you heard about like the Russians, they were doing like they were setting up Muslim meetings and and you know
from the memes, like the Russian memes.
Right, and like white, Catholic or Christian meetings across the street. No, they were setting meetings up, and then they were showing up, and then they were arguing and getting into disputes. But it was being set up because they're trying to do social
deconstruction.
Yeah. They're deconstructing our social. They're trying to split us up, segregation, and conflict, social conflict. That's what they're trying to do. And sneaky, man.
Yeah, it's just weird, like how this thing can pick up all this information about you, and then decipher what you get to see.
What you get to see, yeah.
And it says like, hey, we want to be able to see anything we want.
Well, thanks to Facebook though, and I'm always on Facebook just simply because I can talk to my friends and converse with old buddies and friends of mine that's in the mainland
of course.
With ease, and it's just I find out local news a lot faster than the news. Like this person missing. As soon as he got, he was reported missing, I don't think it's been an hour after, all of a sudden it's posted on Facebook and everybody knows. Like that guy who got his head cut off in the mall. I knew about that about an hour after it happened. And it wasn't even reported on the news till later.
Like still cleaning the scene up.
Yeah, and of course the guy who's helping the police chase the guy, he's all posting it on Facebook. Oh, bro, chasing this guy across the field. He just murdered somebody with a machete, and telling everybody. And of course he posted to his cousin. His cousin posted to everybody else, and everybody was like, "Hey, check this out, bro. Come on and watch out." So. Yeah, I like it.
No, there's of course advantages.
Yeah, advantages. Anything you want to know, you go on the internet.
Yeah.
I think we're a smarter society because of it. Because before we only needed encyclopedias, and you know what I mean. You needed encyclopedias. You needed to go to the library. You needed books, the news. That's all you depended on because information wasn't. Remember we were talking about Faces of Death, man. To own that video, it was like the dark underworld. It's a secret video that, hey man, I got Faces of Death, man. All your friends will be like, oh shit. Whereas now, you can see it anytime, anywhere. Anyway.
It kind of, what is that word? Desensitizes you.
And then the kids of tomorrow, how are they going to turn out, so dependent on these phones? It's hard. I know it's hard to keep a phone from your child, but I do encourage you to try and hold out to at least 15, or 16. If you can, hold out because you can't have them so young just getting algorithmed.
For real, though,
right? And then, of course, you don't know what's happening, like that Momo thing.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff, oh man.
All of these types of pages you can follow on Facebook and Instagram, like weird kind of pages.
Dude, weird.
Like it's
like
see, in that way it's some people ruin it for everyone, right?
Yes.
That's why Facebook's gotta regulate.
Yes.
Got some weird stuff.
Got some weird shit. Dude, some weird.
But so here, one more positive note though.
Oh, okay.
These palila birds. It's like a finch. A native bird. A native finch.
They found some or something?
No, they just released them the other day. They were they had them out in San Diego, kind of raising them because they were almost extinct. And they brought like 6 of them back, released them at Pu'umali.
Wow! So let's hope they
flourish.
They flourish. Yep. Good. I was up at the park one day, Poli, and up at the top, there's that loop that you can hike around. It's like a 6-mile loop, 4-mile loop, something like that. And I could hear like fluttering behind me, fluttering around, fluttering. And I turned around, I look, and there was like a EEV. Those tiny little red birds with the bill that comes out.
No way, one?
Yeah, live.
That's lucky.
And he's like flying right there. And like,
wow, when was that?
Oh, years ago.
Oh, I thought you said the other day.
Oh, no. it was like
Wow, that's cool.
25 years ago, I think. Yeah, it was cool.
Oh, it's not impressive. 25 years ago. Nah, but that's
yeah. Thanks to evasive species. Yeah, they're dying. They're going extinct, man. Anyway, and from our plants, because they need certain plants to survive, and down goes my Perrier. But they need certain plants to survive. So, and now we got all these diseases coming in, killing our ohia, the lehua, that they got that disease. They got those beetles coming in and messing up ants. Look at ants. I hate ants. Fire ants, bro. That's the worst. You ever stepped in a fire ant pit or a mound and they start biting your legs? Dude, it sucks, bro. Sucks. But ants, they also they put aphids and they put diseases in your banana trees. That's why I don't like them. And then they make the banana trees, they have this disease where the bananas won't grow right. So you'll have the stump and also all these leaves sprouting out the top with no crown. It will just be sprouting leaves out of the trunk. Yeah, it's messed up, man. Then you gotta chop them all down and kill off all the ants and hope they grow up healthy,
It's freaking insects.
Freaking ants. Although I like Ant-Man. Because of Paul Rudd. Anyway. Okay, everybody. Speaking of Ant-Man and Paul Rudd, let's get into some entertainment, bro. Game of Thrones, of course. Finale. Episode 6. And I know you're going on a full-on Game of Thrones marathon, trying to catch up to me. So, Quinn, if you don't want to hear what's going to happen, you're going to have to plug your ears because it's a spoiler alert coming up right about now. Oh, everybody, what an ending! You know what? The way they ended it. Now, I know a lot of you is pissed. I liked it. It did it for me, like how Bill Burr would say, for me. It gave me closure. It did. It killed off the characters you wanted to die. It left a little mystery in there by having the dragon just taking the Khaleesi and flying off. Spoiler alert. It was shocking as hell. And then the way the Stark family ended up being at the end. And I don't want to give away too much because, Quinn's just staring at me blankly like, but it for me, again, it had the closure, man, I was looking for. It did. It wasn't as hyped as it should have been. And the way certain characters died, yeah. But it did, hold up to what the closure. That's all. It ended right. And you can't say anything, Quinn, because you never saw it. So you're just like just nodding like, oh, that sounds good. What episode are you on? Or what season, actually?
Only 4.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, you're only halfway? Oh, man, that's some hours you're going to have to put into that sucker.
I'm not even fully halfway through. But...
Are you into it, or are you just like skimming through it and just...
Well, I mean, I want to be into it.
Because you know what? Let me tell you. I see you guys watching it, and so I'm watching it with you guys, and they give away so much information throughout the series that when you watch the end, you can go back and watch the whole thing over again, and it'll re-answer questions that you missed. Or you'll be like, oh my God, at this episode right here, at this season, season 3, because that's when I saw it, they gave away the ending right there. And that's all I have to say. I mean, I'm sorry, you people, if you've seen season 3 and you're watching it right now, if you hear what they say, they give away the ending right there, man. It's neat. It's a cool movie. It's a cool TV show. And I hope I can live up to that too, man, because I'm trying to get my TV show out. And it's a work in progress, man. It's a work in progress. Wish me luck, guys. Joyboy Productions in the house. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, Joyboy Productions. Check out our movie, Ho'okipa, and I'll get Divers released as soon as possible. We're just kind of working out some legalities with that one.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, we're gonna have to either change the music
The only thing is you don't have the raw file.
I know. No, let's not talk about that right now. Let's not talk about that right now. Hey, Men in Black 4, everybody, coming up. I'm excited to see this one. What's that guy? Thor? Ragnarok. Yeah, Chris Hemsworth. Is that his name? His brother is what? Liam? I don't know. Thor.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay, Chris Hemsworth, Liam Neeson, and Tessa Thompson. That's her name, right? Tessa Thompson. Let me tell you guys, I love this girl. Tessa Thompson. She's pretty. She can act. She's good. She was in Creed. And she was the girl that was in love with that boy in Creed. And she's also in Thor, Ragnarok. Yeah, she was one of the Valkyrie. And now she's with Chris Hemsworth in another movie. They must get along. Men in Black. And it looks like she's taking Will Smith's spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, because he's that cocky, wisecracking, witty character that's, let's rock kind of attitude, I like it. She looks perfect for that part.
Your two friends are in there too.
Who?
The twins.
The twins.
The dancer. If there's any dancers, you can watch this movie. The Les twins.
Oh, the Les twins. Yeah.
The dancer ones.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I met them
I
at
guess.
Baldwin. They're awesome. Les twins, eh? Les twins.
Is that how you say it? Oh,
Yeah, I think it's French, bro.
us.
You're like Les? Les? Is that a guy named Les?
Hey, there's the Les twins.
I think they're French, bro. They're French. Yeah, Les twins.
Les twins.
Les twins. S'il vous plaît. Anyway, wow, I can't believe you fell asleep during the podcast, man. You rocked him to sleep. That was funny because he was ready to cry, and all of a sudden his eyes got droopy, and then he went, boom. He just went down. Oh, babies are so cute. Yeah, look at him. All right, everybody. Hey, the fights real quick. The last UFC, RDA submits Kevin Lee. And, I thought Kevin Lee was going to do way better, man. In fact, I thought Kevin Lee might have been able to win, if anything, by decision. But RDA just showed why he's one of the top fighters in that division, man. And, man, he slapped on, looked like an arm and head choke, man. Put Kevin Lee out. So, and then upcoming fights, Holly Holm versus Amanda Nunes. And, I can't stand when she puts that lion head on. You see when she comes in for weigh-ins and all that, she wears that lion head. It looks kind of gross, man, because she's got this ripped female body, and then she has this big male lion head with the mane. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, but she's a freaking killer. And if she was a lion, she would be a male lion. But anyway.
You think she's going to retire after?
If she beats Holly Holm? Yeah, maybe she should. But I think there's a rematch for her and Cyborg, yeah? So I think she's gonna fight Holly Holm in this weight division to defend her belt in this weight, because she has 2 belts, yeah? And then she's gonna go down and defend her belt against Cyborg in a rematch. That's what I think. I'm not sure now, and that's what that should happen. And then if she wins Cyborg in a rematch and beat Holly Holm, she should retire. She'll retire a double champ, first woman double champ, double title holder, and first out of the closet lesbian double title champ. That's why she wears that lion with the mane, bro. She knows. And that's why I say if she was a lion, she'd be like, yeah, a lion with a mane. Am I talking to myself into a corner here? Hey, everybody, we're coming up on 40 minutes. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for being patient. And just thank you for being a part of Loud from Maui. We appreciate you. And like I said on my post for Monday, until it's Friday, everybody be excellent with each other. Until then, I'll see you laters. This is Ed and Quinn, Loud from Maui. Shoots. Loud at.